name is Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here to bring you a little discussion on an excerpt on the writings of Paramhansa Yogananda, the original writings of his. And today I have this quotation. He says, quote, "Your teachings clarify marvelously the writings of the great Christian mystics," exclaimed the students of those writings. "The truth is very simple," replied the master, "even though in its very simplicity, it is not often easy for the human mind to assimilate. The bird that is born in a cage cannot easily believe that its true nature is to soar freely over brooks and meadows. Even so, the human mind finds it difficult to imagine its native freedom in omnipresence." This is such an important aspect of the teachings of understanding the experience of divinity within ourselves. Most of us have enough ego overlaying the true essence and understanding of our soul nature, of our divine nature, that it's difficult to see it. And even once we see it, it takes a little while to grasp it, for the reasons that he describes in this quotation. It's interesting. He also used to share a story that I enjoyed very much, which illustrates this, about a frog who was part of a whole colony of frogs, and the king frog sent one of the frogs out to see what all the noise was that was coming from the other side of the mountain. So this frog went up, and what he saw on the other side was this giant, large lake with, frogs around it, making their croaking noises. But the lake was so large that all those sounds were dispersed. And so this frog, this messenger guy, went back to the king to say what he saw. And the king was aghast when he said it and said, "That cannot possibly be true. You're not telling the truth." And this messenger frog said, "But sir, I am telling the truth. That's really what is there on the other side of that mountain." And the king just didn't believe it. And so the frogs in that little kingdom of his just kept croaking and making a lot of noise of their own, and they were dying off, and the king was, just barely holding on the backs of them, which was his tradition to be. And this little frog had come back with the message. By the way, the king had the messenger killed, but he had come back with the message of the vastness and the beauty that was just on the other side of the mountain. And that mountain represents our own ignorance. Just on the other side of our own ignorance is the vastness of cosmic consciousness. And we crucify Christ, we kill the messenger who comes to give us this message again and again. And in modern times, maybe we don't physically kill them, but our skepticism wins the day, and people, for the most part, the vast majority of people are still not accepting that message, though we live in an ascendant time, in an ascendant age, and we're still, very early on in that process. So there's going to be a lot of hiccups along the way. But the good news is that more and more the consciousness of people, of some people, and it will become more and more people, is shifting, is broadening, is coming and experiencing more understanding of these spiritual principles. And so more and more we're beginning to hear the message from the messengers who have actually experienced it. Joy to you, there is hope, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Blessings. Bye-bye.